find it interesting that a haircut will generate views. So if I ever have anything interesting or essential to speak of, I shall be shaving my pubic hair whilst doing the spiel. I wonder if it's illegal to show one's genitals on YouTube. I'll have to look at the terms and conditions. Possibly if the penis is not erect. They'd be doing it, wouldn't they, already? All them attention seekers showing their anything to get attention. So it's interesting. Haircut, sex, aliens. Aliens have sex while cutting hair. Maybe I'll call that video this one. Health report. I shall be healthy-ish shortly. I have an operation in a fortnight or so to remove the poison that is dissolving into my bloodstream, that although it has not been causing me, watch my verbalizations here, haven't I? Anyway, the rotting roots shall be removed shortly. I just have a, what would you call it? I've been investigating the nature of equilibrium for a number of years and concluded, though not concluded as definitively so conclusively, reached a possible conclusion that imbalance, specifically through poison, it affects one's experience of one self in the world, as the world is oneself reflected anyway. So it will be interesting to have these rotting roots removed from my gums and see if there is any difference. Also, the bleeding that will occur will also have perhaps effects in that the blood loss will be replaced by my body I don't know what happens. You lose blood, it creates more, doesn't it, somehow? An amazing thing, the body, and what it does and what it can do. And awareness of such things, well, they would call it insanity when they use such words, to be aware of one's self. So specifically, a whirly, spinning, aren't we always? Spinning whilst revolving, whilst looping the loop. Spinning whilst revolving, whilst looping the loop. I thought I would introduce myself a little further. Chords and ting. Whilst I investigate life, I do not search. I have never looked. It came to me, not I to it. and consequently I have not believed anything, though also beyond that my mind's trying to tell me something, that back chat to me. I've recognised this back chat thing, very interesting. I need now to read about it, and I will. I got National Health Service glasses today. Let's have a look what they look like on. Seems to be magnifying. It's okay when you focus onto the letters, but the surroundings are too magnified. Although they must be right because of the test they did. It took 30 minutes. And yes, the letters are very large and readable, but the surroundings are blurry, and I'm not really interested in my eyes getting used to such a thing. Lucy Four Eyes, Lucy Four Eye, Lucy Four Eye, Lucy Four Eyes, code. And I have investigated code in that language is code, and when one looks at words themselves made up of letters, well, I looked at the word prime, it said chief. Notice the word chief was very much like thief, one different letter in it, a C instead of a T, CT. And, well, when one deals with coded messages, and everything is coded. I was reading the newspaper again, and the governor of the Bank of England said something that it's coded. And that's why I'm going to read this without the glasses, perhaps. The recovery would remain choppy, he said. Choppy. The recovery that him and his ilk imagined, because it's all imaginary money, will remain could remain choppy. Now, educated man from Cambridge and Oxford and the like chooses the word choppy to define the possible nature of this recovery that they're imagining we are going to recover from, because things are no different for Mr. King and his ilk, no different whatsoever. In fact, you will find that no difference in that they are earning as much as they were. They are increasing their earnings as much as they were. They are laughing as much as they were. They are abusing us as much as they were. They are treating us like idiots as much as they were, and therefore the reflection is they are idiots, though it is me that is applying such words to them, and therefore I must be an idiot, perhaps for speaking about it. That's what they might think also. I am not one for testing things, though I am currently testing the nature of free speech, not in the sense that I am free to speak and therefore I can speak freely, in that I can say anything I want. I consider all life in all that I say, think and do, though I have a journey to travel, and in that I realise that there are times when what I say, think and do does not consider all life, and therefore I then correct that, test myself with self-forgiveness, and find if I am continuing in my incorrect application. It comes up as I repeat the incorrect application. The word error came to mind. Error. ER. ER is Elizabeth Regina. Raw. Raw. Error. Raw. Coo. Coo, said the pigeons. Raw, said the free lions in the United Kingdom. Choppy, said the governor of the Bank of England. Choppy. He must have been eating Chinese the night before. The Libyan cuisine being off the menu because they could not fly any over. Though the flies were grateful as it got thrown out into the rubbish receptacle around the rear of the Libyan takeaway. R.D. Lang, in an insane world, remaining sane. Is that possible? Chords. Yes. Whilst I recognise encoding in my languages that I created myself for fun, because I could, because I'm a free man in a free country, and I was not considering all at the time, so I must now consider. Yeah, the justification is I am an artist, creator known as I, Lucifer I. He wears glasses, you know. It's a girl, it's a boy. I'm a man. Whoa, man, Anthony, what are you doing? Previously, I would have then pretended to slap myself around the face as a sort of signifier that, Anthony, you are going too far. Though to gesture such a thing is not best for all, in that there are those that would see it and be influenced by it, perhaps, not necessarily copy it. Anyway, that's my 15 minutes on the public platform up. Like I said, that introduces me a little further. Draw your own conclusions. 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 So I'm glad it's not shuns anyway. Conclusions, not conclusions. Conclusion. Conclusion. Interesting. Conclusions. Conclusion. Con. Cl. Chloride. Once you start putting the, can't remember what it's called and the time's up. Interesting that. Thank you.